Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jimmy, and in today's video, I'm going to share with you this free exclusive Samsung wallpaper application. And as you can tell, it's very simple to switch between all these different background images. You'd also be able to change how everything looks. So if you want to have a completely different look to your lock screen, you'd be able to go through and you can change how these images look. Also, what you'd be able to notice is, let's say that you take a look right there, that is where you'll have your notifications right underneath the time. Then also along the bottom, this is where you have your widgets. And you can have several different trays. I only have 2 trays going on currently. You can take a look at your step counter. There's a lot of really cool animations with this one. You can also take a look at the weather, scroll through everything here. And then also, if you want to take a look at maybe some of the top stories, you'd be able to go inside of this and you'd be able to take a look at a few things without even having to unlock your phone. Now, if there are some of these widgets towards the bottom where you'd have to go into your phone after you tap on them, it'll just ask you for your, unlocking credentials, if it's your fingerprint, password, PIN, or even your face. Now let's take a look at where you're able to get this really cool exclusive wallpaper application. Now what you want to do is head right over inside of your Galaxy store, and I'm going to show you how and where I found this. Now you go inside of your menu on the bottom right hand side, and then you go to deals and events. Now this is where I showed off that K-pop Demon Hunters theme from before. This is where I also got Perplexity Pro for 12 months for free, so it's like a $200 value, and this is currently the AI that I'm using. But right there, this is personalized with Glance AI. Now this is where you're able to design your lock screen, and it's only for Galaxy users. Now there is another application that is regularly just called Glance AI. So let me show you that really quick. I don't want to get you too confused. The application I just showed you there, if you hit on download and install, it's this one right here. This is the AI lock screen. So that is what I just showed you. Now there is a secondary application I did download, so then this way I can use a different lock screen, which I'll show you in a second. And so I downloaded the full application of Glance AI. Now this is where you input your image, and then it creates images for you based off of your picture. So that, it's pretty much just me throwing me into all these different clothes. It's kind of meant for shopping to kind of show you, what is used in the image. But it's a way that if you wanted to, you can use one of those pictures as your lock screen. So let's just go back for 1 second here. So inside of the Galaxy store where I showed you this personalize with Glance AI, when you open this up, this is what I was trying to show off here. This is just that normal lock screen. It's not that Glance AI where you input your image. If you do download that though, and you put in your image, this is where you can create one for me. Meaning that now that I have that Glance AI application, that second one that I showed you, which I just downloaded from the Play Store, then I can input those pictures right here. Now, I'm not really somebody who would put his own picture of his own self onto a lock screen, so this one isn't for me, but you have all of these other ones. Now, what's cool about this is that you're able to edit what is being shown when you take a look at all of these different types of wallpapers. So almost every single one of these is almost like its own theme, and then you select it, and then you're able to go through and change which image you would like to use. So if you go with, let's say, this one right here, you can go through and tap through. I think this one's also really cool too. Now, along the bottom, these are referred to as trays. And each of these trays, this is tray 1 and this is tray 2, it is holding different widgets. Now, if you would like to edit that, all you'd have to do is go into your AI lock screen. So this is that Glance AI, this is the lock screen here. And then this is where you go to edit. Now, down over here, this is some of the settings for this application, okay? Now, let's say that we go back to the screen. This is where you go to edit. Once you tap on edit, this is where you can change things. So for example, here is your clock. You can change how you want it to look. So here are some of the fonts down over here. You can also change it over into 24-hour. Then you have your notifications. You can either have none, you can have the icon only or the count. Now for me, I'm just gonna keep it as icon only. You can see I got one from LinkedIn as well as a regular text message. Then along the bottom, this is where you can go through and you can edit the tray, which we'll do in just a second. And then you can also change your icons on the bottom. Now, originally, I think this one was the phone, and so I switched it to my light. What's cool is that you just tap on it and it turns on. Same thing with the camera. So you can change what you want to have for these, icons on the bottom. And then because of this style right here, if you want to change the wallpaper that would show up in this version, there is a lot of different ones. As you scroll through all the rest of these other ones, you'll see a bunch of stuff with nature and, portrait. I mean, they're heritage, coastal. I mean, there's a lot that you can choose from. And how many is in each of these thingies? It's just so many. Now, let's take a look at this tray. So I'm going to go inside of here and I want to hit on edit. So here's tray 1, and then there's tray 2. And if I would like to add in a new one, you just tap on another one of these little things here. Now, when you open this up for the first time, what you would have to do is hit on the little delete button, and then now you can just create your own. So here's my tray 1, and let's say that we just threw these in there, right? Now let's keep on customizing this. I want it to go back to what I had from before. So what I will do is going to be the Gemini, and I'm going to add it to the new tray. I'm going to do my calculator, and I want to go right back up over here, and I want to take a look at the top news. Now for news, you have two different icons. You have the, pretty much 1 by 1 or the 1 by 2. Same thing with the calories and the steps and a few of these other ones. Now that you have your trays all set up, then you just hit on apply. And then this is your lock screen right here. So down at the bottom, this is where you can switch between the two. Again, you can take a look at your steps. I think this is a really cool animation to take a look at your steps. Here is your alarms and timers and such. Here is the weather, so you can go through and take a look at it. I kind of wish there was, no ads, but it is a free application. That's just what you get. So you're not going to get weird pop-ups. They're just going to be little ads just kind of placed through here. Again, really no big deal. And then right over here, you have your Gemini. So you just tap on this and it's going to open it up and you do anything and everything that you want with that one. Calculator, and then also the top stories. Now, once you tap on one of these, it's just going to activate. So right now my light is on. Now the light is off. If I tap this, now it's going to go inside of the camera. So there is no swiping when it comes down to these ones towards the bottom with these little shortcut icons. Now again, anytime you want to change the picture, you tap on it. If you tap right over here, because this is technically now my lock screen. So if you tap on the left, it'll go back an image. If you go to the right, it'll go to the right. If you press and hold from the lock screen, this is where you can just select one of these ones. You don't have to go through the whole edit thing. Now, if you'd like to change the way that you have your lock screen looking, so if you want to have a full image, you can just choose this one. And if you want to change which pictures show up with this type of style, you just go to edit. And then you go to change wallpaper. And then you can choose if you want it to be urban or lumen or nature, nautical, whatever. You can choose any of these ones. And then now these ones will show up as this full picture. So I'm going to head right on back and I'm just going to go right here. I'm just going to play with it the way that it's already set up. You can change it. So if this is the image you would like to use for your lock screen, that is now your lock screen. Anytime you want to get out of lock screen, you just swipe up. So in this way, you'd be able to unlock. And you can just see that every single time that you're editing with your lock screen, it's just that little AI lock screen that I showed you from before. Again, if you want a different picture, just go through and you're able to change it up. Now, again, if you want to change it, head right over here. This is that one where it'll link up with that Glance AI application to import your pictures. Then you also have this version right here. This one is going to be with the illumination of some of those lights when it comes down to that version. Then you also have this one right here too, where it's kind of put up in little blocks. This is the nautical. As I mentioned from before, again, if you go into that edit option and you change which pictures is used with which style, you can change it. Now this one looks like it's going to be anime. So you can tap on the right or tap on the left to go back and forth. So you have that version. So if you like this version here, but with a different type of wallpaper, just hit the edit button and then bring it in. And then you also have this one right here too. If you like this one, again, this one's going to probably just be downtown and images. This is going to be the urban stuff is probably my guess. Now moving over, now you have this little area that'll show for a picture. There is Samsung's little, circles and triangles and stars and shapes basically. So this one's going to be all for vehicles or cars. So maybe muscle cars or something like that, or just any type of car. So that one is definitely set up for cars. And then you have this one that's probably set up for felines or cats. You have that type of version. You have this version. And then you also have this one. Now, again, if you want to have it look different, press and hold, hit edit, change the wallpaper. Let's say that you like that setup rather than it being anime. Let's say that we go to urban hit on apply. Now that means that this style here is now just going to show urban pictures for this type of setup. So pressing and holding, moving over, we got that one. We also have this one. Ooh, some people might love this one. So take a look at this. So pressing on this one, you can change how all of that looks. Again, let's see how this one looks with something else. So this one was shown off with Arena Echo. And let's say that we switch this one over into Coastal. And then you hit on apply. So now that you have this version here, or this style with Coastal, this is how this one is going to look. So it's fully customizable with whatever you want to do. You have several different styles of lock screens. Look at this. There's still a lot more. Here's this one here too. Maybe you like this one. And if you want to change this style to different wallpapers, maybe you want urban, or you want cats, or you want cars, then you can just go here, change it, and edit it. And if you remember, when you take a look at all of these ones here for wallpapers, there is a ton of pictures in each one of these right here. Now, before I close out this video, let's say that we go right up over here and I tap on my notifications. You can see that I have messages right there, but if I tap down, you have to unlock your phone to even read it. So I like the privacy of it. It's just going to show an icon, and that is it. So that does it for today's video. All you'd have to do if you are interested in getting this is just head simply over into your Galaxy Store. So here's the Galaxy Store. Head over to menu, go to your deals and events, then go to personalize with Glance AI. It makes it super simple, and you can just play around with all of these different wallpapers. You can change the style. You can change which wallpapers are showing up with which style. Again, you just do a press and hold, move over to the one that you would like to use, and there you go. You have a completely different lock screen, and you also have a bunch of widgets towards the bottom you're able to interact with. Now, if you do want to play with having your own picture brought in for your lock screen, which I'm not really one of those people, but you just go to the Play Store, download Glance AI, and you just log in with your Google account. You input your picture, and then it's going to come through with a bunch of pictures for you. Some of them you can either like or not like. You can favorite them, do whatever, and then this way they'd be able to import over into your lock screen. But hopefully you guys have appreciated this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe. Subscribe on the very bottom left-hand side. And if you like this video, then more than likely you'll also like this video. And I'll see you guys later.